नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत सीता, हरि गुरु वैष्णव भागवत गीता। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ, श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ। इच्छाय गोसाई कोरी चरण वंदन, जहाँ होइत विघ्न नाश अभीष्ट पुराण। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटीज।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are in 9th chapter, 109th verse. The sweet dealings between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Damodar Pandit is we are discussing about it. Damodar Pandit says, because of your mother, you have devotion. So do not ask that whether your mother is doing devotion or not. Intentionally, and then also he expresses, you know everything, but still you're asking. That is just for hearing the glorification of his mother from the lotus mouth of Damodar Pandit. That is not the intention. 109th verse. Damodara Panditera Prabhu Kripa Gori Bhakta Goshti Sange Vasilena Hari. So in this way, after blessing Damodar Pandit in this way, Gaurahari sat down with his devotees. आइरा ये भक्ति आछे जिज्ञासे ईश्वरे से केवल शिक्षा कराये न जगतेर. The Lord's inquiry about Mother Sachi's devotion was only to teach the people of this world. Sa kevala shiksha karaye na jagater. To attain Lord's mercy, one has to perform devotional service. So it is understood that Mahaprabhu's pastime of inquiry from Damodar about Sachi's devotion, Sachi Devi's devotion to Krishna was meant for teaching people. This pastime was manifested to reveal how affectionately the Lord's devotees serve him and how the Lord becomes controlled by the love. So even in the separation also, Lord's devotees always serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that the separation doesn't become a cause for decreasing of the devotional service. In fact, the devotional service increases because one is always absorbed in the thought of Krishna. बांधवेर वार्ता ये न जिज्ञासे बांधवे कह बंधु सब की कुशले आछे सबे. So a person sometimes inquires from his friend, please tell me, are our friends doing well? Kushala. Kushala means this is the general. It's a trend. Like you love someone, then you inquire about him. Is my friend doing well? And you love someone, naturally you ask whether he is happy, whether are you happy, whether your relatives are very wonderful. So in this way, there's a general inquiry. Inquiry is done because you are concerned. So in this way, कुशला शब्देर अर्थ व्यक्त करिबारे भक्ति आछे करी वार्ता लेन सबारे. But now, Lord is revealing. What is he revealing? The actual meaning of kushala or well by inquiring whether a person had devotion. We generally ask, how is mother? How is father? But what is the question to be asked? Are they performing wonderful devotion? That means the anxiety of separation should not become an hindrance for performing devotional service. When the mind is happy, tension free, naturally a person chants. But if a person is having a lot of anxiety, and what is the biggest anxiety which Sachi Mata has? The separation from Chaitanya. So, so So, in this anxiety also, is my devotion, is my mother performing devotion? So, this is the question which is asked. And that is what Lord teaches, that we have to ask such question. When we are really concerned about someone, then we should ask the question whether he is performing devotion or not. Sometimes a person is too happy, he got so many things. That is also dangerous, because in that he may tend to forget Krishna. Because now he has everything. Now why he wants Krishna? So he may forget. So Lord does not want him to forget all these things. So Lord is asking us to understand what is the real meaning of Kushala. When you are inquiring, how are you? Generally the answer is, oh, I'm fine, wonderful. But then you go on asking him, how is your relative? How is your... So if you ask all these things, then if you ask, then he will say, oh, don't ask about them. My health is so bad. Don't ask about the health. Oh, my relatives are so cunning. They are cheating me. So one by one, everything starts. So how are you? What is this? How are you? It has no sense, because no one is happy in this material world. Three types of tapa afflicts everyone in some degree or the other according to their karmas. But it is there by law, by default, it is there. Adhyatmik tapa, adi bhautik tapa, adi daivik tapa, by default, it is there for everyone. It may be in some degrees, it may change, the degree may change. It is relative. According to one's karma, the degree changes. But then what to ask? How is your devotion going on? This is the most wonderful question which we can ask. How are you? It has no sense. Neither the person who is asking has no sense, and the one answering also has no sense. But if you ask how is the devotion going on, two times he'll scratch the head. Is he chanting or not? You see, when we used to go to meet our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Gosai Maharaj, the only question is to ask, is your chanting happening nicely? That is enough to understand the temperament or the psychological whatever condition of the other person. If he says, yes, Maharaj, I'm chanting very nicely, Maharaj understands everything is fine. From his face, Maharaj could understand, yes, he's chanting properly or not. Too much of tanav or too much of greed, too much of accumulating tendency will not allow a person to chant nicely. Too much of association with materialistic person will not allow a person to chant nicely. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagrah jarasangascha laulyam cha shadadir bhaktir vinashyati. These six things are enough. Atyahar, let me grow more. Let me grow more. Atyahar. Let me eat more. Let me eat more. That is also a problematic thing. Atyahar. Oh, let me see what is written in other books. Let me see what Shankara has to say. In this way, trying to gather knowledge for no reason, speculative knowledge. Atya, prayasascha, too much of efforts, too much of endeavor, too much of hard work. When a person can live nicely, be satisfied. No satisfaction in the life. Too much of prayas. Health gets spoiled, family gets spoiled, no family bondage. But prayas, yes, I do so much of prayas. Why I should do prayasa? Because I should earn more. Are we giving that much? For what reason we are earning more? Are we donating 100% or 50% at least? No. Why so much of prayasa? The same prayasa can be done in the missionary activity. No. Atyahara prayasascha. Prajalpaha. Too much talking. Going on talking for no reason. Gossiping, talking, criticizing, even appreciating others, no problem. But still, that's also a gossip one. For no reason, gossiping. Just calling some relative, go on talking for hours and hours. Same, churning, same. Actually, what we talk with relatives? We should analyze what we really talk with relatives. Hey, what you cook today? If ladies are there, if gents are there, generally gossip is less. If ladies are there, gossips are more. Then slowly, slowly trying to sneak in their life and artificially showing some compassion. But internally, wow, very good. I am also suffering, he is also suffering. Very good. Internally, everybody is happy, others suffering. Only a mother cannot see the suffering. Father cannot see the suffering. Other all relatives are very happy because चलो हमारे जैसे ही वो भी suffering कर रहा है. This is the nature. This is law of nature. We have to understand it. That is why never gossip. Don't try to ask anything to anyone. Don't try to tell us to anyone. Just be peaceful. What you have, you don't have to show up. What others have, you don't have to have any interest on it. You don't want to show some interest on it. Just be peaceful. If we are peaceful, if we avoid these gossips, we can increase our devotion. We have so many things to read, isn't it? If we take that anxiety, oh, I have not read Stotra Ratna, oh, I have not read Bhagavad Gita, I have not read Bhagavatam full, all these things we can. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpah niyamagraha. We break all these laws. Until the temple, it is okay. Who will do all these laws? Not necessary. And then just following the niyam for the sake of following. No trust in it. No faith in it. Janasangascha. Janasangascha. Associating with mystic people. अभी छुट्टियां हैं चलो let us go to our relatives house. You call them here and give them Krishna consciousness. Just going and spending time for no reason has no sense. Janasangascha laulyam. Now, what is that laulyam? Greed. Now, greed and atyahara, they are matching with each other. So all these things will actually spoil our devotion. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through this Leela, he wants to teach us what should be our inquiry. Speaking tendency is there with everyone. What should be our inquiry? Are you chanting? Are you waking up early in the morning? I asked somebody. In between, I had food. Please tell your sadhana chant. Everybody were answering to me except for one person. So I asked, what is a sadhana chant? You don't have to ask me. I understood she is not doing. As I see, you are an initiated person. And Guru Maharaj actually told me to ask everybody sadhana. So I said, you are supposed to tell to me. Ah, yes, 6:30 I wake up. When Bai comes, I chant. When Bai comes and this comes, that comes, you cannot chant because your dhyana is not in chanting. So if you ask, people get angry. But people want initiation, it doesn't work. If we really want to progress in devotion service, we have to take ashraya. Ashraya of the regulative principles which has been put for us by our Guru Maharaj, by the Guru Shishya Parampara. So this is what Lord wants to teach. Kushalaha is everything kushalaha. That means what? Are everybody doing proper devotion? That is what Yudhishthir Maharaj asked Arjuna. When Arjuna went to Dwarka, it became late for Arjuna to come back. At that time, Yudhishthir Maharaj says, is everything Kushala? That means it's the worship of Krishna because Krishna is practically present with everyone. So the only question he wanted to ask is Krishna present? That means is Krishna consciousness present? That is the meaning. Kushala means is Krishna consciousness present? Krishna being physically present, that is manifest Leela, or Krishna in his unmanifest Leela. But still Krishna is present in his unmanifest Leela in the form of Harinam. Kalir Kale Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar. So what is the real meaning of Kushalaha? That means understanding whether we are doing proper devotion or not. We should ask to ourselves also, are we doing properly? How am I? Is also a question we can ask. How are you? How am I? In the Srimad Bhagavatam, I'll just read one, then we'll go to Stotra. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 22nd verse, 14th chapter, Prathu Maharaj speaks the following verse. Bhavatsu kushala prashnaha atmara atmarameshu neshyate Kushala kushala yatra kushala yatra na santi mativrittayah. Oh, my dear sons, there's no need to ask about your good and bad fortune because you're always absorbed in spiritual bliss. The mental concoction of the auspicious and inauspicious does not exist in you. So if a person is chanting nicely, he will never find fault in others. First thing, he is always happy. Even auspicious, inauspicious, he knows what is his work. He just has to chant. Sometimes good fortune, sometimes bad fortune, in all the conditions, a person just has to chant the holy name, and that is the real Kushalaha. Prutu Maharaj is speaking this, the real Kushala. Kushala means you are happy, everything is fine. And when everything will be fine, when a person is chanting very nicely. This is the meaning of Kushala. So coming back now to Stotra Ratna. लक्ष्मीनाथस्मारम्भा नाथयामना मध्यमान् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतसरित्राय मे अस्मद्गुरो भगवत्तस्य देकस्मिन्दुरामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथाय कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तं सदा हृदि. Shloka number 2. Sotaratna is given by Yamanacharya, the spiritual preceptor of Sripad Ramanacharya. So when he starts writing, naturally he remembers his guru, that is Nathamuni, his grandfather also, his spiritual guru also. So in this way, Pattumannar is the place of appearance of Nathamuni as well as his grandson Yamanacharya as well as his son also. So we'll go to the second shloka. In the first shloka, we discussed that how Yamanacharya is feeling indebtedness towards his spiritual master. He says, "Oh, you have given me Ratna. This is Stotra Ratna. Ratna means the jewel of all the stotras." So he is remembering that how his spiritual master, Nathamuni, gave this Ratna through his disciples Purikaksha and then Ramavishra. So again, remembering his spiritual master, he says, Tasmai Namo. This is second shloka from Stotra Ratna. Tasmai Namo Madhu Didanga ज्ञानानुरागमहिमातिशयान्तसीम्ने नाथाय नाथमुनेत्र पतत् परत्र चापि नित्यं यदीयचरणं शरणं मदीयम् नित्यं. Let me always nityam yadiyacharana. Yadiya means yours. That is Nathamuni's charana. Sharanam madiyam. Madiyam means myself. Let me always be at the lotus feet of my Guru, that is Nathamuni, because let me take his Sharanam. Sharanam means let me take his shelter, and Charanam means his lotus feet. Tasmai Namo Madhu Didanga Grasaroja Tattva. Tasmai. Let me pay obeisances to whom? Madhu Didanga. That means one who has killed Madhu demon. It is Krishna who has killed Madhu and Kaitava. These two demons were completely uh, resembling the so-called atheistic people, the so-called scientific atheistic people. They want knowledge from Krishna. With the same knowledge, they want to prove that Krishna is not there. They want to always fight with Lord. So they also were like that. Madhu and Kaita, they did a lot of tapasya. And when the Lord appeared, they said, when Brahma, they did a tapasya to Brahmaji. Then Brahmaji told, what you want? We want all the potency. He said, okay. We want to fight with Krishna. And we want to kill Krishna. It cannot happen. You want a potency from Lord. At the same time, you have to use this potency to kill Lord. And Lord, who is always eternal, cannot be killed. So Madhu and Ketam, they fought with Lord for many years, many years. But then at last, what happened? They did not want to die in matter also. There was also one benediction they wanted. So Lord just kept them on the lap and crushed them. Lord's lap is not matter. So Madhu Daitya ke Madhu Madhujit Madhujitanga Madhujit means fought with Madhu and killed Madhu. Angagri Saroja Kamala Angagri. Angagri means what? The lotus feet. How it is Saroja Kamala. Saroja, that means it is lotus feet. So let me pay my namaskar to the one who has killed Madhu and whose lotus feet exactly is like a Kamala. Jnananuraga Mahima Tishayantastimne. So Tattva Jnana. Tattva Jnana. I want to understand him. There is something known as Atma Tattva, there is known as Paratattva. Tattva Jnana means understanding our relationship with Lord. Tattva Jnana also understand Yathartha Jnana. Yathartha Jnana means about him. About him. I want to know about him. So one should know the qualities of Krishna. Then one can understand. Krishna is the only benefactor for all the jivas. So he is the only protector for everyone. We may think that there are so many to protect me, my relatives, my friends. Tattva Jnana means to understand. He is the only protector and he will surely protect me. Avashya Rakshive Krishna. Anuraga. I want to know about him. Tattva Jnana. Anuraga. Anu refers to following the footprints of our previous acharyas. Mahajano yena gata sapanta. Anu, ragaha. Raga means what? Love. So how my ancestors or how the Guru Shishya Parampara Acharyas have love for Lord, in the same way, I also want to develop that raga, that spontaneous love. Raga means spontaneous love. And it can come only by devotion. Love just cannot come artificially. It has to come by performing devotional service. Anuraga, that is known as prema bhakti. Prema bhakti, anuraga. Mahima, I want to know his Mahima. Atishaya Antasimne, Atishaya. Oh, Atishaya Mahima. Who has taught me all this? My Guru. That is Natamuni. Atishaya. Atishaya Antasimne. He has taught me Antisima. That means, what do you say, Sima? Border. But there is no border for Prema Bhakti. Actually, there is Atisha. That is why both has been given. See, two contradictory things are there. Atishaya means immeasurable. Antasimne means what? Where there is antim, antasimaru. That means there is a boundary. So Atishaya refers to unlimited love for Krishna. And where is that boundary? Where it is? Can boundary come when you have love? You cannot hold a boundary. Oh, you can love only this much. No, that boundary is for till what extent I can take advantage of the material benefits, or how much asakti I should have. I have to draw the line, isn't it? I have to draw the line till where I can think about myself. For that, it is antasima. It happened. Yamunacharya wanted to learn yoga from Pundarikaksha. Pundarikaksha is also, sorry, from K. Appan, uh, Kurugurappan, from K. Appan. Now, Nathamuni has two disciples, first direct disciples, Pundarikaksha, to whom he gave pure devotional service, and K. Appan, that is Kurugurappan, he gave, because he wanted Ashtanga Abhyasa, Ashtanga Yoga Abhyasa. When Pundarikaksha was asked, You also want to learn Ashtanga Yoga? Because Samadhi is the state where after doing all this yam, niyam, everything, Ashtanga Yoga, yes, even by Ashtanga Yoga also one can achieve Krishna, but it is a very tedious process. He said, no, let me do simple devotional service. So now it so happened, Ramanishra told all this to Yamunachari also. So Yamunachari, what happened? He went to K. Appan, Gurugurappan. At that time, Gurugurappan, he was meditating. He used to stay in a cave. Generally, Ashtanga yogis, Dhyani yogis, they are not interested in giving the devotional service to others. They are just interested in their own self. They want to be calm. They want to concentrate in Lord. They are not interested in giving compassion to others and all those things. They are not interested in others. That is what happened. Guru Gurappan was concentrating, sitting inside the cave. But on the other hand, Rama Mishra was preaching. He brought Yamunacharya back to the spiritual life. So when he was concentrating, suddenly he saw, because when he used to concentrate, Lord used to stand before him. Suddenly he asked, who is there standing behind from my spiritual master's family? Yamunacharya was afraid. So how he came to know that I am standing behind? Came in front. He said, myself, who is grandson of Nathamuni, I am standing. I was standing behind. But I want to ask, how did you know that I am standing behind? He said, when I concentrate, Lord stands before me. And Lord looks at me. And I saw that Lord is looking somewhere. He has, he is looking, he is uh, looking somewhere else. That means he's looking behind. He has changed his vision, not directly to me, but he is looking side in the side. And I know that he will only look at the person who is belonging from my spiritual master's family. Then he told to Nathamuni, he told to Yamunacharya, you come. He said, I also want to learn Ashtanga Yoga. Yes, yes, this treasure I will give you. But I will give you only exactly on that day when I am going to leave this body, and it is going to come after some days. In the Pushya Nakshatra, I am going to leave the body. Before leaving the body, I will give you this treasure which your grandfather gave to me. And when Yamunacharya went, he was so absorbed in devotion and all these things, he forgot that Pushya Nakshatra is gone. Then he remembered, immediately came by the time. So that means there is a Seema. And what is that Seema? You cannot, if you really want to practice devotional service, you cannot cross to some other yogas, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. No, that is not going to help. A person who just wants to perform pure devotional service, he has to draw a line. So he says, Antima Seema Rupaha. And this is the highest devotion. There is nothing beyond it. This is another meaning. This is the highest. Just taking shelter of the spiritual master and performing devotional service, this is the highest. There is nothing beyond it. Is another meaning. Atraha, in this Guloka, there is no other process more simpler than this. Not only in this Bhuloka, Paratatraha, even in Paraloka, even in Vaikuntha. Also, Cha api means also. Nityam. This is a Nitya Seva, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhu Kabunaye. Shavanadi Shuddha Chitta Karaya Udaya Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema. That means every soul is connected to Krishna. And this is our eternal nature. We forget, that is why we become Kshara Jivas. Akshara Jivas, they don't forget. They know their constitutional position. That is what is given in Nityam. Loving Krishna is Nityam. Serving Krishna is Nityam. But it is done through Anuragaha. Anu means following the footprints of our Acharyas. Alone we cannot do. Alone Krishna does not accept our services. यो मे भक्त जना पार्थ न मे भक्ता ते जना मद भक्तानां च भक्तास्तमे भक्त तमामतः. Somebody is my devotee. Oh, somebody is devotee of my devotee. Yes, Krishna accepts. That is why yadiyaha charanam sharanam madhyam. Let me take shelter of my spiritual master Nathamuni. who passed on this knowledge through Pundarikaksha Rama Mishra to me. Let me take Sharana, and in this way, let me pay obeisances to Lord. How to pay obeisances to Lord? That is also taught. First glorify the immeasurable, immeasurable glories of Krishna. Mahimaha Atishaha Mahima. Tasmai Namo Madhu Dida दिदङ्गद्घ्रिसरोजतत्त्वज्ञानानुरागमहिमा तिशयान्तसीम्ने नाथाय नाथमुनेऽत्र परत्र चापि नित्यं यदीयचरणौ शरणं मदीयम्. In this way, our sankalpa of this Kartik Mahina, Kartik Maas, Damodar Maas, Urja Maas is taking shelter of Stotra Ratna. It is the Ratna. We can see how Srila Prabhupada uses the quotations from Stotra Ratna to teach the essence of Bhagavad Gita, because this is Ratna, it is the jewel of all the stotras. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So today we have wonderful Deepdan Mahotsav at Ishan Prabhuji's house. We should encourage, all of us should come. Encourage the new devotees who are taking up the beautiful Deepdan Mahotsav, the responsibility is sponsoring. We should encourage them. Not that we go only to our known one's house. Don't try to have such type of discrimination between the devotees. Oh, I know him, then only I will go to his house. No. Devotee means one family. In that, the identification is only one thing. Are you chanting? Am I chanting? This is the only identification. Oh, I know, we know each other for 10 years. Now we have made one group. No. Devotion means expansion. Expansion means compassion. Compassion involves care. So I request all the devotees to encourage our Ishan Prabhu. Please come. I'll tell you the history of Ishan Prabhu. He is suffering from bone marrow cancer, but always he laughs. He's always smiling. His life is only dependent on Krishna's mercy. He seems to be healthy, but inside he suffers. He has bone marrow cancer. You can understand how much his body pains. He takes a lot of anxiety because his disease is like that. Now, yes, now he's taking anxiety for calling the devotees. Please attend his call. Please come. All of you should come. He is just a young boy of 32 years, 33 years. And his life is just in the fingers. So you should all come, encourage, be with him. I request Aparna Mataji to go 6 o'clock itself to his house and set his own things. His mother is alone. She has no one except this son. So be with his mother. And in this way, all of you, Dharmishta, all of you should go early. Kamala Mataji, you should not miss. You should come along with Palash. Malani Mataji, yesterday you missed the Deepdan Mahotsav. When you have expected everybody to come, when you have called, yes, you should also encourage everyone. You should also be present. Not that my Deepdan is over now. I will be absent. I don't have to think about others. No. As much as you love others, they also love. They also expect. So all of you should come. Come. And in this position, he has sponsored also. It's not that he is not having money, he has. But you can imagine when a cancer is there, how much money also drains out. Okay then. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.